All right, well, good morning. My name is Lauren Lewis, and this is Power for Parkinson's Young Onset Circuit class. Welcome. I'm glad you're here with me this morning. I am obviously back in my home gym, as I like to call it, and I welcome you into my home, and thank you for letting me into yours. So before we get started on our exercise, let me just say a few words about what is going on with Power for Parkinson's this time of year. This is our big giving season. This is the time from Giving Tuesday to the end of the year that we ask all of our participants, all the people that have been enjoying our videos and classes throughout the year, to take a moment to think about what you've gained from this, what you've enjoyed from this, and if so, if you would please give a little payback. So this is our time of year that we do ask you to pay it forward. Any donation you can afford at this time of year. We know it's hard with the pandemic, with everything that's going on in everyone's life. We know it's a hard year, but we're asking you if you could do whatever you can do for us. That would be great. There is no donation that is too small. Everything helps. And as I always like to say, there is also no donation that is too big. We accept it all. So I hope you will, I hope you enjoy our classes. I hope you get a lot out of it. I hope you are meeting people through our organization and getting the support and exercise and everything that you need, and we hope that you will pay it forward. All right, that said, let's get started. So I'm going to start you off with a warm-up, and then we'll get right into our circuit. Okay, let me just say that this class is a challenging class. It's designed for people with young onset Parkinson's disease. All of our exercises are directed at large muscle groups. You need to be able to stand and exercise for an hour, and you need to be able to get on and off the floor fairly comfortably, because we will be getting on and off the floor. Of course, if you need assistance, use the chair, whatever, that's great, that's fine, but I'd just like to give you a heads up on that. All of our exercises not only will be working large muscle groups, but we're also, every exercise is targeting a common symptom of Parkinson's, and we'll get into that as we go through each exercise. So I'm going to put on some music and get warmed up. I invite you to join me. Otherwise, do whatever it is that you can do for 3 minutes to get your body warmed up, get those blood and oxygen going through the body. I'm going to put on some music and walk you through a kind of a warm-up right here in place. So, maestro, here we go. All right, so let's just start off with an easy march. March it out, right, left, good. And we're just kind of getting the limbs and joints warmed up. Let's add some arms, big circle, bring it up and down. Again, big circle, up and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Come on up and down. Last time, come on up and down. Good, let's reverse that. Bring it up and down, bring it up, a little faster on the up, bring it up, 2 more, bring it up. Good, now let's keep those arms up and down. Here we go, up and down. All we're doing here is getting some circulation going, warming up our joints, getting some synovial fluid into our joints so that we stay risk-free. Let's continue with the arms, go forward. Nice work, good. And we're not throwing the body, we're just gently pushing through each range of motion. Good, let's take those 2 arm motions and put it together. Up and front. Stay with me. Here we go. Up and front. Up and front. Every time we lift the arms over your head, you're automatically, without even trying, getting your heart rate up. So that's a nice, easy, safe way of warming up. Just lifting the arms over your head. And you're going to start to feel a little winded, which is exactly what we're looking for. Now I'm going to add 1 more arm range. I'm going to go out to the side, up, front, side, front. Here we go. Up, front, side, and front. Up, front, side, front, up, front, side, front. So I'm also adding a pattern, making your brain, warming up your brain while we're warming up the body. And I can already feel my heart rate. I can feel a little warmer as I'm doing this. Not a big intensified warm up, just gentle, but I definitely feel warming up. Good, let's do this 2 more times. Last time, up, front, out. Good, let's add a knee lift right here, or not add, let's go to a knee lift. And notice I'm bringing my arms underneath each knee. That's gonna force me to go a little lower and lift a little higher. And for our warm up, we wanna try to get through all these ranges of motions. Let's do 8 more. 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. Let's take this same exercise, knee ups, and go for doubles. 2 right and 2 left. And let's keep those arms underneath. Here we go. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Back to singles, single knees. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now let's take this to a gentle kick in front. Warming up a little more of that leg, getting a little more into the quad, getting a little more into that glute. 8, 7, now let's drop those arms a little harder. 6, and raising that heart rate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to doubles. 2 right, 2 left. My heart rate's coming up now. I feel it. Back to single counts for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's take it back to a march. Nice and big. Lift the knees up nice and high. Let's take it to a wide march. Now we're just getting that heart rate up. We're gonna bring it up by coming down. Stay right here. Now you're gonna really feel that heart rate coming up when you're in a low position because you're using so many more muscles and holding them down here. 8, 7, 6, 5, I feel it. 4, 3, 2. Let's bring the legs in and let's go a little faster, a little higher. And bigger arms. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slow it down. Deep inhale. We are done with our warm-up. Bring those arms up. Good. And you never want to just stop when your heart rate's up like this. You want to slow it down instead of just stopping. We're going to do this 2 more times. Just trying to get that heart rate down. Last time. Good. I'm going to ask you to just walk it off a little. Walk around the room. Get that heart rate down. I'm going to turn off the music and explain what's next. So what we're going to do is 6 exercises. Each, as I said earlier, focusing on a large muscle group, and each will also have will be directing, working on a common symptom of Parkinson's disease. The first, and each one will be done, we'll go through this whole circuit 3 times. Each one will be done for 50 seconds. It's a time 50 seconds. There is an end to each one. The first exercise that I'd like to do is an up-down with a walking plank, up, down with a walking plank. All right, this is a full body exercise. You're gonna be using your shoulders and your arms and your upper body. You're gonna be using a lot of core. You're gonna be using your legs. We're using a full body. Every muscle is working. So let me show you what that entails. So we're gonna start off with an up, down. An up, down starts up, hence the name. Start up, we're gonna go down to the floor into a squatting position. Now 1 leg at a time goes out. 1 leg at a time goes all the way out. Now we're in a plank. From this position, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing from this position. From this position, you're going to do a walking plank, 2 steps. Go out, same arm, same leg, work together. And in, same thing. Go out, same arm, same leg, work together, and come in. And then you walk your leg in, and come up. So once again, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see it this way. Up, down, out, walk, in, and up. There are modifications. I suggest if you want a modification, this is difficult for you, you can still get everything, all the benefits from this exercise by doing it against the wall. Watch, you'll see I'm using all the same muscles and it's just as challenging. So I start up nice and close to the wall. Here's my up. I'm going to bring my hands to the wall. and step out into a plank position. Out, out. Now from this position, you see I'm in a long plank position. I'm going to step out, right, left, right, same side, right, right, and in, and then again, same leg, same arm, move in, and then I step all the way in, big step, in, and then release and step all the way up. So decide which one. Actually start with one and go to the other one. It doesn't matter. We've got 50 seconds on the clock. We're going to do this together. We're working, think about really triggering and pulling in your abs. Think about extending those arms and legs during the walk. Think about using and lengthening the body during the stretch and during the plank. All right, I'm putting my 50 seconds on. I'm putting my music on. And here we go. Oh, lost my music. Here we go. Down, down, out, out. One step, two steps, bring it in, stand it up. Now you do not have to go at my pace. I'm just kind of walking you through it for the first few. In, full extension. Go at your pace now that I think you've got it. All the way in and reach. Hold on to that plank. Don't go on into the walking position until you're in a full plank. That walking plank is really difficult. Do what you can. It's just exercise. There is no grade in this. If you're trying, you get an A. And there's our time. I don't know if you heard it. Yay. So that's our first exercise. Let's turn off the timer. First exercise. Our next exercise is a lower body exercise. We're working on quads and glutes. We're going to be doing a back lunge with a curl and a knee. So what I mean by that is, again, I'm turning sideways. A back lunge is you take one leg and you step all the way back. You want to make sure your knee is at 90, not over in front of your toe. And your back knee is at 90. Back lunge. Back lunge. Come in, lift the knee, and switch. Back lunge, knee, and switch. Here, I suggest you either do this near the wall or have a chair nearby, because this requires a lot of balance, and it's just not worth losing your balance and losing out on the exercise. This is fine. Back knee, it's not cheating. I'm holding on, taking a nice big step back, and a knee. And for those of you that want to, you can add weights. That's where the curl comes in. So I'm going to do a back knee, a curl, and drop. Back knee, curl, and drop. Keep that chair near you or do this by the wall. I'm going to put 50 seconds on the clock. I'm going to keep that chair nearby for balance and for safety. And here we go, 50 seconds. Down. Try to bring that leg nice and far back so you're being good to that front knee. You want to make sure you're nice and deep and that your both legs are working. You're going to feel this in the front of your leg and possibly in the back of your leg. You just want to make sure that your front knee is safe, that it does not go forward in front of your toe. And stay with it. Now, obviously, we've got the upper body working by doing the curls. We're working upper body biceps. Nice big step back. Turning again so you can see. Big step back. Do not rush through these. There's our time. Don't rush through these. Have some fun with it. Make it muscular. All right, there's our time. And there's, can't get our music off. They have to leave it on. Come on, music. Okay, 1 second. There we go. All right, some technical difficulties. Always fun when you're live. All right, the next exercise is a core exercise and obliques. Core abdominals, using your abdominals, both the front, the large muscle in the front, and your side muscles. This is a great exercise for strengthening those muscles. So we're going to do a roll up into it, and you're only going to need you don't have to have a weight. If you want to use a weight, you can use a weight. Otherwise, you can just use your hands. So I'm going to take that weight, into a pull and drop. So I'm going to take that weight on one side of me. Here it is, on one side. I'm going to roll down. Using my back, I'm going to roll up, not flop up. Roll, so every part of your spine is touching the floor or releasing. Take my opposite arm, grab the weight, bring it to the other side, and roll down. Roll up, grab that weight, bring it to the other side, and roll down. It's a fairly simple exercise to explain, not so easy to do. So let me put on our music and our timer and give that a try with me. 50 seconds on the clock. I'm going to turn slightly sideways. Here we go. Now your arms can be anywhere that you want on this exercise. You can keep them near your knees to help you roll up. You can take them behind your head to roll up. Make it a little more difficult. You can take them right here by your shoulders, also more of a challenge. Or you can take them behind your head and let them help you lift up. Not cheating at all. Forcing those abdominals to trigger, forcing those abdominals to work hard. So if your arms are helping, it's assisting, it's not cheating. Here we go. Just a few more, and we're crossing that midline. We're crossing all the way down and bringing it to the other side. If you don't have a weight, you're still gonna come up, touch, and roll down. And there's our time. Stay down, please, because the next exercise, you may want to be on the ground for. The next exercise is a plank scissor jump, or there's a modification for that, so I'm warning you right now, don't worry about it. We're going to do a plank scissor jump or a mountain climber. That's your choice. A plank scissor jump is here. You're in a high plank right here, okay? Wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, and you're going to do a scissor jump, which is this. Okay? Now, if that's really difficult for you, guess what? You can still do this by lifting one knee at a time into a mountain climber, better known as a mountain climber. I'm going to put my hand on my knee, come up, and show you two other ways you can do this. You can do this on the chair with your hands directly underneath you in a plank position, and you can scissor jump from here. I promise, I feel it already. You're going to feel this. Or again, you can do this right, mountain climbers. 50 seconds of mountain climbers, you're going to feel these. The other alternative is you can do these on the wall, exact same thing. Scissor jumps or mountain climbers, okay? Your choice. All are good. I'm going to put our music on, I'm going to put our timer on, and we're going to do this for 50 seconds. I'm going to hopefully do my scissors. Now, this is not a cardio exercise, or I don't mean it to be, so don't rush through these. Make it more of one big explosion, if you can, so that you can last the whole 50 seconds. Pull your belly tight. You're going to feel this in your core. You're going to feel this in your legs. You're welcome. Your shoulders are also working. You're welcome. All right. This is a really challenging exercise. Do your best. It's okay. Mountain climbers are wonderful. Nobody would condemn you for doing this. This is a great exercise too. Feeling it in all the same places. I had to, up there it is. All right, we are done on the floor. Take one leg, your stronger leg, bring it in front, hands on your thigh, using your toe, lift yourself safely off the floor. All right, so what's next, you may ask? The next exercise is a squat. We're going to be using our glutes, the large muscles in the back, but we're also using our quads because we're going to add a knee. So we're going to do a squat to a knee, and then let's add some weights. You don't have to add weights, just your arms are going to be here, and we're going to go into a press. A press is over your head, not in front, directly overhead. But I think to make it even more fun, I think I'm going to do an alternating press. So here's what I mean. A squat is a seated position. You're way back here. There's an invisible chair behind you. Squat, and my arms are over here by my shoulders, and then I'm going to add a knee, and then squat, and then a knee. And to make it a little more fun, as I said, you're going to squat and add a press, squat and press. But if you really want to challenge yourself, and Who doesn't? We're gonna go squat, and we're gonna add the opposite arm to the press. Opposite arm if you can. Try to challenge yourself, see if you can do that. All right, the squat is also takes some balance, so you may want to keep that chair nearby, just for safety. I'm gonna put our timer on, I'm gonna put our music on, I'm gonna put my smile on, and I'm gonna get going. Here we go. Sit nice and far back. Make sure once again that your knees are not going forward. Your knees are actually staying in place. Your hips are moving, but your knees are staying in place. They're not going forward. And I'm turning. Good. And we got a full 50 seconds on these, so pace yourself. Working those large muscles in the legs. Working your shoulders, strengthening that upper body as well. Woo! How we doing? That time's almost up, I promise. Woo! There's our timer. I knew it was coming. All right. Nice work. The last exercise that we're going to do in this circuit is a heel dig. This takes some coordination. So I'm going to challenge you a little there too. So a heel dig, you're going to put your heel in front and switch, 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 switch. So this is one way of doing it, and you're going to add the arms. As I said, overhead will get your heart rate up. So this alone will get your heart rate up. This is a cardio exercise. So I want you to do whatever feels right for you. But if you really want to give it more of a challenge, you're going to heel and switch. So you're jumping in between each. Heel, switch, you jump, 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 jump. Give it a shot. As I said, this one takes some coordination. But don't waste the whole 50 seconds on trying to find it. Get your heart rate up. Use your heels, use your arms. Do whatever you can to get that heart rate up. I'm putting the music on, and my timer's on, and I'm just going to have some fun with this. I'm not going to jump. I'm going to just use those heels and use my arms to get my heart rate up. I don't want to think too much. I just want to get my heart rate up because for me, that's the best part of my day. Here I go. Woo. And as I said, it doesn't take much to get your heart rate up once you get those arms over your head. So we're moving the whole body, and we're just having some fun. All right, I'll do some jumps. And then I won't. 50 seconds can feel very long, can't it? Woo! There's our time. All right, so your heart rate is up. Walk it off. Remember what I said earlier, you want to make sure that your heart rate, you don't just stop when your heart rate's up. You want to walk it off and get that heart rate down nice and safely. So we've done our first round, and we've learned all the exercises. We're doing an up-down plank walk. We're doing a back lunge with a curl and a knee. We're doing roll-ups, and we're touching each side of the body. So we're using the obliques. We're doing plank scissor jumps or mountain climbers. And then a squat with a press and a knee, and then the heel digs. Those are our 6. The second round, I'm going to just tell you, now that we've got it, the second round, I'd like you to focus more, instead of just on the form, I'd like you to focus on the symptom that we're addressing. So the first exercise, the up-down plank walks, we're really addressing range of motion. I'm trying to get to the whole body really extended. Many people with Parkinson's find that you lose your range of motion. This feels like up when we're trying to get a full extension. Same thing with the legs. The legs just, you want to make sure that they're fully extended. So I want you to think more about in a plank and in the stand-ups. When you're in the plank, make sure the legs are fully extended, not bent. Fully extended. And then when you come up, you go from a bent position, fully extended up. Same thing if you're on the wall. Same thing, extend those legs and extend those arms as much as possible. You know what we're doing for our core and our shoulders and our legs, and you know that part. Now concentrate on the addressing the range of motion. I'm going to put my timer on. I'm going to get ready. Grab my water. 50 seconds. Range of motion. Concentrate on that. Here we go. Boom! Full extension on those planks and on the lift. Go at your pace, not mine. Woo! Remember, we're working same side on the walks. Arm and leg, same arm, same leg, move together. Here's our timer. Come all the way up. Good. All right. It's interesting, once you understand what we're focusing on, how it feels so different, right? All right, the next exercise is the back lunge. Once again, you want to make sure your knee is over your ankle, not your toe, for safety of that knee. But we're really going to focus on shooting that back leg as far back as possible. We're working on gait. Many people say that Parkinson's makes their steps much shorter. They don't realize it, but your steps are much shorter. So I want you to really think about extending that leg and then lifting it nice and high. We're forcing and reminding the brain to extend and to lift. That's your focus here. Add your weights if you want to, but really work on extending. All right, here we go. Back lunge curl. Way back. You may need that chair for balance, I know. I just feel like I just did. Way back. Research has showed us that by exaggerating these motions, it transfers into real life, functional life. So that's why I'm asking you to really go further than what feels normal or right. By going further, you're also working those muscles much deeper, much harder. Woohoo! So you're getting two benefits here. And there's our time. Nice job. All right. Come on. All right, now we're going to hit the floor and do the roll-ups. The roll-ups, we're working on balance. Whenever you're using your core, you're working on balance. And I think not just Parkinson's, but age really affects our balance. So it's just something we can always be working on. So the roll-ups, we're working on balance because we're strengthening our core. But the other part of this is we're crossing the midline by reaching over. Whenever you cross that midline, your right brain has to talk to your left brain and vice versa. You're using your brain more fully. So we're using our brain more fully in this particular exercise, which is a good thing, especially for Parkinson's. But the other thing we're doing is contralateral movement. We're going to the opposite arm and leg, which is important for walking. A natural gait is here. When you're swinging your opposite arm with your leg, it's a more balanced motion, it's a more natural motion, it's a more normal motion. So we want to make sure that we reinforce that motion for gait, for balance. So let's do that, exaggerating, making sure that you're really reaching and aware of where your arm is. All right, hit the floor, 50 seconds. Grab one weight if you want. You don't have to, you can just use the floor. Up, I'm crossing, and coming to the same side. I'm coming up, I'm crossing, and coming to the other side. I'm going to take my arm and cross to the opposite leg, and then bring it to the same leg. I'm going to make it more fun, and by fun I always mean harder. Nice work. I neglected to mention the other benefit in that exercise is the other symptom that we're working on for this is rotation, more fluid motion instead of being so rigid, just coming up and down. Another symptom that does affect some people with Parkinson's, they become very rigid in their turning in their upper and their trunk. So we want to be a little more fluid. So that's why we're rotating instead of just tapping. We're rotating all the way over, and that weight helps you to really lift and rotate. So I forgot to mention that, but next time we do it, and there will be one more time, maybe you can think about that. All right, the next exercise is the scissor jumps. This is all about speed, the forcing the body to move quickly, jump quickly, jump quickly. So we're working on forcing the body to move a little faster, but also, more importantly, we're forcing those knees nice and high. We're lifting those legs high, and again, working on gait, making sure that the legs, we're not shuffling, making sure we're lifting up those legs. So that's our focus. That's our Parkinson's focus, but we're also working, obviously, the large muscles in our leg and our core and our shoulders. So roll over, hands on the floor, roll over, hands on your chair. I'm going to do it on the chair this time, I think. But whatever works for you, find your position. Think about not just your form, think about really focusing on your Parkinson's symptom. Okay? Here we go. 50 seconds. Go! Now, on those scissors, if you're doing the scissors, you really got to jump and bring that leg way in front. This is not enough, not here. Because, but remember, we're focusing on large, bringing the knees way up. So a small scissor for this particular purpose is really not going to work. It's not what we're looking for. It's a good exercise. It's not what we're looking for today. So try to really lift. Try to really bring those knees way up. And if you're doing a mountain climber, it's here. Way up into your chest. Way up. Reminding the body to lift. Woo! Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists also. Be in good form. Up, there it is. All right. Off the floor, one leg in front of the other leg. Lift yourself up. The next exercise is the squat. Sitting down in that invisible chair. And then lifting. And again, we're working gait once again. Gait. Lifting that knee, so it's not about the sitting. The sitting, we're strengthening the legs so that you can walk a long distance, but we're lifting the leg to remind ourselves to lift your legs when you're walking. Then I throw in the weight press, obviously for upper body. We're working upper body strength. You need upper body strength, so the press is for that. But by lifting the opposite arm, we're working contralaterally. We're working, reminding that body to work with opposites. So that's your focus there. Try to work on that, focus on that while you're sitting and standing. Music's going on. 50 seconds, and here we go. Sit, opposites. Look down and make sure you're using opposites. Make sure your knees are not going forward. You're sitting back, way back, and standing up. Range of motion also, right? Because we have to stand all the way up to press, all the way. This one starts to kick in, doesn't it? All right, there's your time. Last exercise. Heel digs. The heel digs are just for cardio. Want to get that heart rate up. Feeding blood and oxygen to the brain is fuel and energy and substance for the brain. It's what keeps our brain healthy. So we want to make sure that we've got blood and oxygen flowing through the brain all the time. That's why the cardio, it also stimulates all those endorphins that make you feel better. So let's do those together for 50 seconds. Here we go. myself up to the toes and then down to my heels to increase the intensity, make it harder. Whew. How we doing? You getting through this? We only have one more round. I promise. Stay with it. You're doing great. There is no cheating in exercise. Whatever you do is more than you did before, so right? So that makes it perfect. Anything you do that's more than you've done before is, in my opinion, in my definition, is exercise. You're working hard, and we're done. Walk it off. We're gonna get ready for our last round, our final round. We're gonna do the same 6 exercises, taking it from the top, plank walks, back lunge, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna do all those exercises, but this time I'm gonna give you a cognitive exercise, a mental exercise, something to think about while you're exercising, to get you away from all the other things you're thinking about. I'm gonna stimulate the brain in a totally different way than what your body's doing. So our first exercise are up, down, plank walks, and then coming back up and down. Every time you come up, okay, I want you to think of something that you only do once or twice a year, something that's only done a few times a year. All right, I'm gonna give you a hint, just so you understand what I'm talking about. A New Year's party, you only do that once a year, right? Okay, so every time you hit the ground, you come back up, that's when you say it. We're gonna go our 50 seconds, you're gonna think about range of motion, you're gonna think about getting those legs in and out, you're gonna think about using the same leg and same arm to move, but you're also thinking about things that you only do once or maybe twice a year, not often. All right, here it comes. This one's my favorite round, you know. So I'm putting my timer on, I've got my music on, and here we go. No more hints, I've already given you enough. Woo! There's our timer. Hands on my knee, lift up. Great job, how'd you do? Were you able to come up with enough every time you stood up? Were you able to come up with things that you only do a few times a year? That one's kind of challenging, huh? All right, the next one, every time you lift your knee, we're gonna do a back lunge and the knee. When you lift your knee, I want you to come up with a type of chewing gum, the name, a brand or whatever, of chewing gum. Chewing gum. All right, there's a million of them. You should be able to come up with at least 50 seconds worth. All right, find your position and grab your weights if you want them. I'm gonna grab my weights. Timer and music, no helping from me. Here we go. Get that knee way back. Sorry, that leg way back. Way back. On the knee lift is the gum. On the way back, think about shooting that leg way behind you. Range of motion, gait, large, big motions. Big steps. Working both sides of the body, yes. You're not just gonna feel this in the front, the quad, which is what is considered. You're also working in glute. So everything's working here. We got it all going. 50 seconds. Go. Oh, there it is, 50. All right. My favorite round. The next exercise we're working on, we're going to get on the ground or against the wall, on the chair. We're going to do those jumping scissors. And this time, oh no, we're not up to there. Sorry, roll-ups first, roll-ups. Roll-ups are first. Okay, sorry. We're not hitting, but we're hitting the ground anyway. So you're gonna do the roll-ups, and every time you go up, you're gonna say a profession, a career or profession that starts with the letter T. So you lie down, come up with one, roll up, say it, switch your weight or touch each side of your body, roll down, come up, say another profession that starts with the letter T. All right, roll-ups, music, time, wait. Here we go. Remember, we're twisting that body. Nice fluid motion. Roll down, come up and twist that body. Go to the other side. Pick up the weight, cross the midline, and woo! More fun. Done. All right. Just as the music got exciting. All right, now we're going to do those jumps or mountain climbers, your choice. Scissor jumps or mountain climbers. Remember, we're working range of motion here. We want to get those legs way back and way in. We want to make it fast, explosive motions, or at least big, strong motions. And this time we're going to, every time you switch legs, okay, each time you bring a knee up, I want you to think of a boy's name, a man's name, a male, a name that a male person would have, all right? And there's a lot of them, but there's also going to be a lot of knee lifts. So I had to think of something that there'd be a lot of. I'm going to move my chair over here, so I'm going to do my mountain climbers or scissors off my chair. Here comes our timer. Think of boys' names, men's names. Are you ready? 50 seconds, go! Extend those legs and lift them nice and high. Keep your body forward. Pull your belly tight. Boys' names. All right. Well, I don't know about you, but the first, 10 were like this. I got them all. Adam, Andrew, Bob, Bill, Joe. And then I got lost. I could not come up with one. Anyway, I hope you did better than I did. All right, the next exercise we're going to do is a squat with the alternating knees, with the alternating arms. And this time I want you to think of, every time you come up, I'd like you to try to think of something that you do in the cold weather that you don't do in the warm weather. So different things that you do, and it doesn't have to be a sport. It can be just things that you do in the cold weather. And think out of the box. Think away from activities. There's other things that you do in the cold weather also. Just giving you a few hints to keep you going for the entire 50 seconds. All right, grab your weights if you're going to use them. Sitting back into a nice big squat, lifting that knee nice and high. Make sure that you're standing after the squat. And here we go. Keep those knees in place. Sit back. Try not to let those knees fall forward, sitting way back. Make sure your arms are by your ears, not in front of you. And there's your time. All right, the last exercise we're doing is cardio. There is no mental challenge for our cardio. It's just, we already have enough going on in the brain with the cardio, bringing oxygen and blood up there, so let's just have some fun, okay? Last round, last one, last exercise. Have some fun with it. Here we go. 50 seconds, that's it. That's all it is, 50 seconds. You can do this for 50 seconds because that's all we're gonna do in this particular, in this circuit. There's more fun to come, but not for the circuit. Almost done. Use those arms to get the heart rate up. Use those legs. Have some fun. Get your heart rate up. I'm gonna pick mine up a little more, make it a little faster because I know it's my last round. I can blow it up right here, right? Woo! Walk it off, grab some water, wipe off. Get ready to join me for the next part. The next part, you're gonna need a tennis ball or something small, maybe a sponge, something that you can hold in your hand for balance. Oh, let's walk it off. Let's get our heart rate down. How'd we do on those? Good? Good, I did all right. I think I did pretty good. Those mental challenges, those cognitive challenges are tough, but I love them. So I hope you did too. All right, let's grab some water. The next thing we're going to do, we're actually using the ball. We're going to work on tremors. Not everybody has tremors. Not everybody has tremors on the same side, and not everyone has tremors the same way. So regardless, it's just a good balancing exercise. Even if you don't have tremors, it's a great way of working on balance. So I'm going to ask you to grab something, a small ball, a tennis ball is best, but if you have something else, a small sponge or something like that, that will work fine. Something that you can balance on your hand. All right, so I've got my tennis ball. I'm going to start off, I'm going to put the timer on for 1 minute. Let's stay with the 50 seconds. I like the 50 seconds. So I'm going to start off with the ball in your right hand or left hand. I don't care because we're switching. So here's your chance to be creative. Most people start off in their non-affected hand because they want to understand the exercise. So that's a good answer to start off with. You're going to start off with your palm open. Open. Palm fingers are wide and extended, and you're just going to walk for 50 seconds with that hand fully extended, okay? Your arm is extended. Keep your eye on the ball. Just keep your eye on the ball. Take nice long. It doesn't matter what kind of steps you take, but we're balancing the ball in your hand. This is not what I'm looking for. Not here. And if your tremors are not keeping the ball in, you can bend your fingers a little, but I do want you to really try to hold that ball. And guess what? If you lose the ball, you pick it up. That's it. You lose the ball, you pick it up, and you try again. It's not a big deal. All right, so let's do this together for 50 seconds. I'm going to just throw some more music on just so that you don't have to listen to me talking for 50 seconds. Okay? Working on our balancing the ball right here. Just walk. Extend that arm. Keep that arm in front. Keep your eye on the ball. Force your hand to be still. Force your hand and your arm to be still. Keep your balance. Nice big steps, small steps, I don't care. Hold that ball right there. Ten seconds to go. There it is. Switch hands. Switch hands. Let's continue. 50 seconds to go. Go. Yes, one arm is always easier than the other, even if you don't have tremors. One side of your body, you're never equal. Do you know that, right? Nothing is balanced in your body. Nothing is the same on your body. One side is stronger, one side is longer. One side is more balanced. Yes, yes. So don't be surprised. We're working on this together. Everybody has something to work on in this exercise, right? Keep your eye on the balls. Control that arm. Control that hand. Do your best. It's okay if you lose the ball. You're still a good person. We love you. Doesn't matter. We don't care if you lose the ball. All right. I'm going to keep the music on. Hold it up for a second. The next one we're going to do is we're going to turn the palm down. So now your knuckles are up. Now this is a little more difficult. Okay, it's a lot more difficult. We're going to take that ball and see how I'm kind of making a bit of a cradle. Can you see that? My pinky and my forefinger are up a little, and I'm making a little bit of a basket to help myself. That's not cheating, because flat, you can't really hold it up at all. So I'm going to make a little bit of a basket. But I'm going to ask you once again, I'm going to put that timer on. Try to extend that hand. Keep your eye on your hand and on the ball. Try to hold that as still as you can. Walk or stay still if that's enough of a challenge, is just holding it in front of you. Just stay still. 50 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Making a basket. Go. Timer's on. Much harder. I warned you. Much, much harder. Do what you can do. Do your best. It's okay. You're by yourself. You're in your home. Nobody's watching. You're doing great. It's a really nice way, an interesting way, right, of working on tremors. A lot more interesting than just pumping your hands up and closing, open and closing. Good, and just stay with it. Time's almost up. How much do we have? 10 seconds to go. You can do this. 10 seconds. That's it. That's all we've got. Stay with it. Eyes on the ball. Come on. Up. There it is. Switch hands. No time in between. Make that basket. Fingers are up. Fingers are up. Make that basket. There it is. I'm on my left hand now. Much harder. And time is on now. 50 seconds. Left hand for me. Much harder. Extend that arm. Keep your hand in front of you. Keep your eyes on the ball and on your hand. We're almost done. Stay with it. Do your best. If you lose the ball, just pick it up. It's a ball. We're not worried about it. Nobody's getting hurt on this one. And there it is. All right, we can put the ball down. We can take the music off. We can top the timer. We can grab some water. We're going to stretch out and call it a day. Okay? Take your chair nearby if you have a chair nearby. I always like to have a chair when I'm stretching because it just assists. It makes it easier. It makes it easier to really get deep into those muscles I'm trying to stretch. So I'm going to grab my chair, bring it over here. I'm going to start off with my quadricep, the front of my leg. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. One leg is in front. I'm holding onto the chair. I'm putting my weight on the chair, not on my legs. I'm putting my arm on the chair. The one leg goes behind you and bends, and I'm stretching this muscle. That's why I'm using the chair. I'm taking the weight off my legs so I can really lengthen this, and it doesn't become a muscular exercise. It becomes a stretching exercise. Just hold it right here. This is just a stretching lunge. I mean, we're in a lunge position, right? But we're just lengthening the leg instead of using it in a more muscular way. Just hold it right here. Anything less than 10 seconds is really not a stretch. You want to make sure that we're lengthening and getting all that fibers extended and getting all those toxins out. And I think that's about good, right? So let's switch legs. Take the other leg, extend it way behind you. And again, I'm using that chair just to take the weight off both of my legs. I'm just leaning onto that chair and trying to get that back leg as long as I can. You notice my leg is still bent, but I'm lengthening the front, right here, the front of my back leg. Just lengthening and holding that muscle nice and long and enjoying. Stretching should never hurt. Stretching should feel good. If it hurts, you've either gone too long or too deeper, or you've done it too long. Maybe, I don't know. Hold it right there, and I think we've done enough of that. Good. So let's continue. That was the front of the leg. Let's stretch out the back of the leg. We'll start with the hamstring, this muscle right back here. You're going to take one leg, heel in front. Let me see if you can see better if I come back here. Heel in front. You're going to lean just gently forward. Instead of down, I prefer leaning forward because this way I'm not straining my back. And just lean into it and enjoy that stretch. You're going to feel this from your calf all the way up that leg. And hold. Good. And stay right there. We want to hold another just maybe 5 seconds, and then 4, and then 3, and 2. Good. Let's stay here with the same leg you just had in front, and let's cross that leg over the other leg. And now I'd like you to sit back in that invisible chair again like we did in the squats. And now you're going to stretch right here, your glute. The leg that's lifted, you're stretching that glute. And if you can sit back in that invisible chair, you'll get a nice stretch right there. And just hold it, lengthen. Think about what a great job you did today, and you did a great job. This was a challenging circuit, challenging exercises. You did great. And gently release. Let's switch legs. I'm going to move my chair all the way over here on this side. We'll start off with that hamstring stretch. Your heel is down, your toe is up, body weight is forward. You're sitting back, and just hold that. You're going to feel it again behind your calf, in your calf and in your hamstring. Deep breaths in, big exhale out. Try not to use your back in this exercise. Just try to lengthen those muscles. Nice and easy. Breathing in and out. Think about, again, all we had to do today. In addition to the muscles, we also worked on all those different symptoms, different ways of addressing them. Cross your same leg over your other leg at the knee, sitting in that invisible chair behind you, stretching out those glutes as much as you can. Think about what a good job you did. You know, sometimes you just have to be good to yourself and congratulate yourselves. That's the way I like to start my day, right? Start off with a congratulations. You already got the workout out of the way. You've done a good thing for yourself. Good for you. And gently release and roll all the way up. Take that leg to the floor. Let's stretch out the entire body. Bring your arms all the way out to the side. Open up your palms, stretching out your biceps from those curls, and your shoulders from those presses, and your chest and abdominals from all those core exercises that we did. Let's bring those arms all the way overhead, reaching as high as you can. Big, full body extension, stretching. Bring your arms as high as you can. Open up those fingers, open up your abdominals. Feel your hips opening up. Everything is lengthening, bigger, bigger, higher, stronger. Let's finish with a big yay because we are done. Together with me, yay! All right. Great job today. Thank you so much. And again, this is our giving season. I hope that if you enjoyed our class, that you'll give us a thumbs up, you'll subscribe to and become a member of our YouTube channel, and that you can give us a donation. Anything you can would be very, very appreciated. Have a wonderful week. Have a safe week. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.